Okay, this is CIN 2003 week 7. Mark, you have headphone or شيء? Okay, today we will talk. We have done a lab on this. Today we will cover the theory parts behind creating groups, nesting groups, okay, and working with groups. So we mentioned last time that the groups are collection of user accounts, okay, and members receive permission given to a group. And if you are a member of a group, the group is given permission, then you are getting these permissions, okay. And it's better to assign permissions to a group instead of assigning permissions to each person alone. It will take a long time, okay? And groups can be nested, group member of another group, same like OU. There are two Windows Server 2019 groups. Distribution groups, these are non-security related. They are used to distribution of information to one or more persons. And then we have security groups. They are security related groups created for purposes of granting resources access permissions to multiple users. We have local group and global group. Remember last time we did in the lab. The group scope controls which objects the group can contain. So it limits the objects to the same domain or permits objects from remote domains. It controls the location in the domain or forest where the group can be used. Group scopes available in an Active Directory domain includes domain local group. Remember we created Abu Dhabi admin, Abu Dhabi managers, global groups or universal groups. So let's talk about each one. Domain local group. It can include user accounts, computer accounts, global groups from any domain in the same forest, universal groups, domain local groups from the same domain. These are the members. Global groups can have these members: user accounts, computer accounts, other global groups only from the same domain, not from the forest, only the same domain. Universal groups can have user accounts, computer accounts, global groups from any domain in the forest, also other universal groups. You have to know this information. There are some groups created by default, same like we OUs, we have default OUs also with groups. These are several built-in security groups, and they are created when you install Active Directory. They have predefined user rights that enable their members to perform certain system-related tasks, such as backup, okay, and restore. Okay. They are located in the built-in and users container objects. Okay, let's see here. What else we can do with group? We can nest the groups together, as I mentioned. It's that nesting groups is when groups are added as member of another group. So to allow users from multiple domains to access the resource in the parent domain, what did we do last time? Tell me. First, we create a local group. Then we create a domain group, a global group. We add the members of the global groups, or we add global group, a member of the local group. Then we grant access to the local. So the granting is done on the local group, okay? So these are the steps. Create global groups, create a universal group in the parent domain, Add the reversal group to the required domain local group to assign the necessary permission. So these are the nesting. This is the proper way to do it. Special identities. These are not groups because you cannot create them or delete them. And they do not appear as manageable objects. But you can use them like groups by adding them to the ACL of system and network resources. These are some examples of special identities. Creator, owner, okay, is a special identity. I cannot delete it, I cannot create it. We have also authentic, each one of them have definition. Authenticated users, all users with a valid local or domain user account. What about network identity? All users who are currently logged on through a network connection. See, very specific. Everyone, the authenticated user's special identity plus the guest user account, but not the anonymous log on special identity. You have to know them, please, okay? All of them. Look at them. I'll give you 2 minutes to try to grasp what you can. Okay, can I move next? Converting groups. You might create a group, but you want to change it from one type to another, you can do that. You can also change the group scope. It's just one tick. Remember in the lab we've done here, group scope, domain local or global or universal. Remember this? So you can change it even after you create it. Deleting a group. If you delete the group and create a group with the same name, even though it has the same name, it will have a different security ID. Okay. Same thing for user. If you have a user, you delete him and then you create a user with the same credentials, you will have different IDs, SID. Okay. Because when you delete the group, you delete only the group object and the permissions and rights specifying that group as the security principal. And deleting a group does not delete the objects that are members of that group. Okay? I have users, they are in one group. If I delete the group, the users are not deleted, of course. Okay, look at the summary, please. Let me know if you have any questions. Any questions about this? Clear? Okay, now we'll do the next one, which is about group policy.